Well, talking about the Chinese playbook, China's expansionism is quite clear. What's not clear is why the United Nations remains blind to it. Let me explain with an example. How would you react if the UN put a Pakistani ambassador in an anti-terror panel? I'd say it's preposterous and dangerous. Now, what the United Nations has done with China is equally dangerous. It has made China a judge to settle international disputes on the sea. That's right. China is the biggest culprit, and now China is the judge too. Defeats the whole purpose of a trial, if you ask me. A Chinese ambassador named Duan Zhilong has been elected as a judge to the International Tribunal for the Law of the Sea. It is known as ITLOS, International Tribunal for the Law of the Sea. What is this tribunal? It is an independent judicial body based in Hamburg in Germany. It was established in 1996 under the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, that's UNCLOS. What does it do? It settles disputes on the interpretation and application of the convention. It basically settles disputes on what's happening on the high seas, international waters. It's like a set of rules for the sea. 168 countries are party to this convention. They elect a 21-seat tribunal. Elections to 7 seats were held recently, and Chinese ambassador Duan Zhilong was elected to one of these seats as a judge. Why is this a problem? Because who violates the law of the sea more than China? Beijing's track record speaks for it. China boycotts court hearings on maritime disputes. China does not accept international verdicts. And now China will judge the very same disputes. I'll give you an example. The year is 2016, the case, the South China Sea Arbitral Award. The Permanent Court of Arbitration in The Hague held China guilty. It said that China has violated the sovereign rights of the Philippines in the sea. What did China do? It declared the decision illegal, null and void. Now, Duan Zhilong will begin his term as a judge on the 1st of October, but we will not wait until then to remind you of the Chinese aggression in the South China Sea. You must have seen a map like this many times on this show, but I will take you through this map again because there are still 149 members in the United Nations who see nothing wrong in voting a Chinese ambassador into a maritime tribunal. So let's tell them what China has been up to. China is at odds with 6 countries in the South China Sea: the Philippines, Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, Taiwan and Vietnam. It has also engaged with Japan in the East China Sea. What does China want? It wants the region's strategic and economic value. China began claiming the Spratly Islands as early as the 1970s. It has increased the size of some of these islands. China has also created around 3,200 acres of new land in the Spratly Islands since the year 2013. It has militarized the Paracel Islands and created 27 outposts in the Woody Islands. China regularly carries out military drills in the sea. The Chinese Navy is also strengthening its base in Hainan. A Forbes report claims that China is building a gigantic dock in this region. The report suggests that the dry dock is big enough for an aircraft carrier, which means that China could be thinking of permanently stationing its aircraft carrier in the South China Sea. And as we speak, reports are emerging that China has fired 2 missiles in the South China Sea. Reports claim that this is in response to a United States recce, a reconnaissance mission. Reports say that one of the 2 missiles is what is being called an aircraft carrier killer. Both the missiles were fired into an area between the Hainan province and the Paracel Islands. This is China flexing its military muscle. The same China that is now going to sit in judgment of others. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Zhao Lijian said, and I quote, "I believe the judges-elect will do their duty justly and contribute to the court." That's probably a coded message for doing his duty to the Chinese Communist Party, allowing it to walk scot-free every time China breaks the law. This tribunal, I can tell you, has received 28 cases since it was established. Recently, a Chinese vessel trespassed Japanese waters. Say Tokyo was to drag Beijing to this tribunal, would the Chinese ambassador Duan leave his bias at home? Vietnam is considering legal action against China for trying to grab Vietnamese land. Will the Chinese ambassador acknowledge this? This is a classic case of the culprit being the judge and the jury.